Alright, our camera was being a little tricky here, so we'll try again. Hope that we have her all set up again properly. Looks like she wants to follow us. So at this point, Z's already been lunged in hand. She did some cavaletti work, and we did a very few small passes at work in hand, where we set her up in the shoulder in and the haunches in, and a little bit of basic work on turn on the haunches, so she can learn to start working into her half passes, which has been a totally impossible thing for her in the past, but she's done it really nicely today in the work in hand, which she couldn't do before. I did just trim her feet yesterday. Good girl. And it seems that with every trim we gain comfort for this mare. Also noticed that we're doing a lot better in the neck, a lot less swelling, so I'm super impressed with her progress. This is the sweetest horse on the planet, and she does have moments of excitement, but she should be. She's a young girl, and we're very pleased with how gentle she is and generous. She is hard on the bit is because she's on the forehand. There we go. Right away I touched up her outside hind leg, and she correctly lifted her back and found the better balance. So now she's also a little forward on the left shoulder. I'm going to use my hip to try and change that forward feel in her shoulder so she stops falling on it. That's that's falling. Yep. And I'm going to jingle this left rein, get a little flexion. That's it. Like that. Like that. There you go. There you go. Now tap up the outside hind. So I like to move them over a stride or two and then tap up the outside hind. And so the horse has the ability to come through a bit with the outside shoulder if I need to. I open that outside rein. Then I release that flexion as the horse was chewing on the bit and relaxing in the neck. And again, we work on that balance. Get the hind leg up. Good. Not lock up in the jaw because you're bringing up your hind leg. Don't lock up in the jaw like this. Then we jingle the reins. A reminder: please don't lock up in the jaw. Uh, uh, uh. There. Please don't lock up in the jaw. There. There. Excellent. Excellent. Ah. Ah. There. Like that. Good. We're going to go to the right a bit. Supporting her with my outside leg so she knows to turn. There. Like that. Inside leg steps down so it puts more weight into my seat. Excellent. Outside leg, push this right hind under, like that. Holding the horse's outside shoulder with the outside leg so it's more like a wall. You see how that slowed her down to come into a tighter turn. I'm going to do the same thing left, but I have to change my aids a bit left because the horse doesn't have the same issues. So I rock my weight a little bit back and forth from the inside seat bone and weight to the inside leg to the outside hind leg. I want my weight in my stirrup thinking to my outside hind leg. My inside leg is a bit more forward at the girth, almost like I would be asking a canter, only I'm not engaging my outside hind leg by touching it up at the moment. And that's to help her there. And then to help straighten that shoulder, I'm going to bring my seat bone back more so it's not like a canter aid. I'm going to hold it back and have the horse pivot around my inside leg as I straighten it. You can see she didn't want to pivot. Now I'm going to touch up the inside hind. There you go. That's the piece you're missing. So you can see how when I touched her up with the whip and the leg, and I keep that pivot point in the center, she's unlocking in the shoulder because she's using the hip to carry the shoulder. There you go. Let's go the other way. So sometimes you need to engage the outside hip, and sometimes you need to engage the inside hip. And that changes a lot with each horse and during the ride, throughout the ride. As the horse is warmed up, flexing that hip better, like that. So I like to teach the horses in the beginning around the cones. Yeah, like that, like that, like that. There we go, make a nice turn. Good job, good job. There we go. So I don't want her to throw away her haunches and fall to the nose, but I want her to, yes, to bend and flex in the nose and the neck. Ah, yes, it's unlocking your back. So that you can see as I was getting there, the horse was like, ooh, that's a spot that's tight. And now I can release the horse there, and she's keeping that bend and flexion nicely without having so much encouragement from the jingling inside rein, and I don't have all this issue with the balance. Good job. But it's all about the whip and the leg and the seat. Right now, that's the focus. She didn't know those aids well. She still doesn't know them well enough. Excellent, excellent, nice, very nice. So that's very good. We'll go straight for a bit. Ah, excellent, good. Go around these. So going through the cavaletti like this, you can encourage the horse to make a more accurate figure if you work it correctly. Yeah, and it puts a little more request on her because she has a tunnel she has to work through. There we go. And because the left needs more support for her, this is a great thing. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can make the tunnel on two sides now. Going into the larger side. See if we have enough balance for her to make that tight of a turn. Excellent. We can make it more oval in this case, so she has a little bit of a chance to straighten. Deep turn at the end. There. Excellent. Excellent. So naturally, when you set up these things and they're evenly set, it can really help to give you an opportunity to work different things in the horse's mind, and it's not so boring because it's very different for them. Oh, you're ready to go for a walk in the pasture, huh? Good for you. Thanks for telling me. We'll do that at the end of our ride then. Huh? Yeah. So on this side, she did already really nice around the cone. We'll try to do the oval here for her. Ah, you can see she went to the forehand, was kicking. And this is why having an obstacle or a marked course can really assist. And she will at some point in time be able to do this at the trot. But right now, we'd like to just do it at the walk correctly. Like that, like that. Good, good. Like that. Very nice. X. Good. So you can see how this really brightened up her thought process. She thinks it's a fun, interesting game. And it's good. It's good because it's setting her up for success. Good girl. And instead of thinking, well, how else can I fight my rider from making me do the things I find difficult, she's thinking about where she has to go put her feet. So we'll come and do the cone to the left. We didn't do that on this direction. So the horse is introduced to these concepts from the ground before I ask it from the saddle. Excellent, excellent. There. And there I tightened up my hip, stretched it down. You can see how my correction of my posture and my hip changed for the horse. It is a very sore spot for me, but that's not her problem, that's mine. So I have to work through it and release my breathing and make sure that my sore spot doesn't become hers. Good girl. Excellent. Very nice. Now we'll see about a little bit of walk trot transitions. Good. Transition to the outside high. Yeah, excellent. Good. Good. All right. So I like the horses to learn. Look at that. That's it. Good. To move body parts individually to correct and straighten them. So I feel like she's really stuck on this shoulder. I'm going to open it up. Turn on the haunch. Like that. Good girl. So what I was going to do changed and morphed based on the horse's reaction. And when there was a lack of connection, I said, well, we need to do it different. Put in a little more work on loosening the shoulder and the chest. Okay, into a shoulder in here, just a bit. Oh, you're just fussing about that idea, huh? Good, like that, like that. There. Turn the shoulder, like that. Excellent. Good job. Very nice. Now let's see about a shoulder in. So we did this exercise in hand on the ground today before we rode it. And she's now learning to try to do it with my weight on her. Good, good, good. There, there. So we had to wait. There was a few strides we were really struggling with there in the middle. Then at the end, she came around where I needed her to catch her balance. Excellent. And instead of fighting her, I'm trying to help her. Yes, find where her body goes. There, excellent. Making sure she doesn't get locked up in the neck by letting the reins go down and letting her find it down and forward, which is perfect. Good. Excellent. I'd like the horse to relax like that in the neck. Good. Because we should be able to turn the horse with or without a contact. Excellent. Excellent. And so it should be in the beginning that we introduce a little less contact if we can. So the horse finds it in their body and doesn't find all this fighting with the reins with the rider. Oftentimes we go into these mixed positions and we want to fight the horse with the reins instead of using our weight. That's good girl. So she did that so nicely with the loose rein because she didn't focus on catching the bridle, and it didn't throw me off my balance either. It's a great way to correct your riding problem, doing a turn on the haunch. And yes, I dropped the shoulder in on this component. There, excellent, excellent, excellent. So it doesn't need to be fancy when you're introducing it to the horse. It just needs to be to where the horse is learning to work in between the aids. Here she's got not enough hip coming up. There you go, like that. Excellent. So it's the left, and we just fell to that left shoulder. I'm going to tap up the right hip, step to the right hip myself with my weight to help her flex that right leg, right hind, release the inside rein so she doesn't think that's where to balance. Use my inside thigh for the bend. Like that. Excellent. Excellent. So she's finding it in her body. She threw it away. She's finding it. Excellent. Raising of the rein here, right here, like this to influence her. Keep pushing up your hind leg. Keep pushing up your right hind. Keep pushing up the right hind. Like that, like that. Oh, no. So, okay, so you're right. My left shoulder was falling. Okay, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Good. Yes, we're together. We're together. Nice. We're working nicely together. Both of my legs were able to drop back and open my hips. Excellent. That's a more advanced move for the horse with the hips to do that. Bravo. Okay, just walk and relax. Woo, you said something connected and you're not too sure how all that happened. You just want to feel that, but let's not lock in the shoulder. There you go. Oh, so she just questioning how her body felt. She hasn't worked that level of collection and connection, I should say, collection and connection. Okay, we're falling on the left shoulder. We're gonna jingle the left rein, and we're gonna take our weight to the right hind. We're gonna straighten our hips. That's it. She understood the straightening of the hips. There we go. Take both reins to the outside for a bit. So there we go. Take them both to the inside. She got confused there because she expected me to take her down the rail. So I took her off the rail, even though it was uneloquent, because she wanted the glue to it. She has to be more willing to listen to my request and less figuring it out on her own challenge. Yeah. There she wanted the berry. We corrected the berry on that turn. Don't berry. Don't berry. Excellent. No. Turning back. So when the shoulders want to get buried, it's great to make changes of direction frequently. Excellent. Like that. Like that. You could feel the collection was coming. Now I just had to encourage it and make that hip come under. Up, under. Excellent. Excellent. Like that. She caught her outside shoulder. And she corrected. And she's nice. And she's nice. Come on. Come on. So she's thinking she could follow my hips. I'm trying to swing them just a little. Just a little. Back. Yeah, a little too much on that shoulder. Yeah, there you go. So she was on the left shoulder, even though we were going right. Oh, like that. Like that. Excellent. Breathe and relax. All right. So she gets intense, and we both have to stop and breathe. And relax. Good. Excellent. Start it from the haunch. Start it from the haunch. Excellent. So I told her from the halt, the hind leg I want you to start with first is the outside right hind. That's why I'm tapping it with the whip. That's the piece she wants to forget. Like that. And by telling her to engage it first, she comes into a better balance starting her trot. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Nice transition there. Good job. So I held that in my waist. I worked that trot into the walk. I kept her straight. And then I released her to relax. And we're going to work that again. We're going to work that again. Like that. And release. Good. So I'm tapping the outside hind so she keeps it engaged. And she keeps her focus there. That's it, instead of in the reins. Good job. Excellent. So this is what I want. I want the horse to engage the haunch and release the front end. Like that. Now I'm using my thigh on the inside just to tell her, hey, I want a little bit of a bend. So take a little bit with the hands. I give. I open, show direction. I sit the weight back on the haunch. I open. I change. The idea is push the right hip up and under. Let it come up under my seat. Open my seat to receive the energy. Relax my fingers to allow it forward. That's nice. Find your balance. A little bit off on the a little bit more off that. Like that. Now I'm going to transition down to my waist. Excellent. Such a good girl. Such beautiful work. So it's hot. She's soaking wet. We don't want to frustrate her. That was gorgeous work. Good girl. I must say I'd like to do more, but yes, this is perfect. You have little carrots on your face. What a good girl. Excellent. Ah, what a good girl. Super duper. I know, and it was very hot. And this beautiful bridle Lisa from El Sueno made is gorgeous. It's a nice fit. It's comfortable for my hands to hold. The reins are not slippery. They're not stiff. It's a nice relaxed leather. It may not be a fancy looking, polished up leather these people are riding in the horse shows with, but I prefer the relaxed leather myself. It's much more comfortable for the horse and for me. And for this horse, that's exactly what she needs. It's a beautiful bridle. Huh? You're a beautiful girl. We got orange goober all over it. We did get orange goober all over it, didn't we?